black guns really do matter.
Yeah.
With that being said, talking about self-preservation, it is the law of nature to protect yourself and defend yourself against all oncoming enemies. Everything in nature has a defense mechanism. A turtle retracts its extremities into its shell to defend itself. A porcupine releases needles and plunges into the skins of any would-be attackers. Even a rose has thorns that it uses to protect itself. So it is natural, it is nature for you to protect yourself and defend yourself and your family. With that being said, I like what I see out here. I like black power and gunpowder.
Black power.
Everybody defend yourself at all costs. And, you know, that's pretty much all I have to say. Peace and power. And black power.
Black power.
Oh, baby.
If you want to have your gun rights defended, if you want to have an end to police brutality because people have more guns, and by the way, also ending qualified immunity, which holds the police accountable when they do brutalize everyone.
Yeah.
If you want that, you have three choices. You have Donald Trump, who's one of the biggest cheerleaders for the police state, and who occasionally talks a good game when it comes to gun control, when he's not busy pushing for bump stock bans and gun accessory bans and red flag laws. And then you have Joe Biden, who doesn't even try to talk a good game about guns. He is proposing massive gun control when he's not pushing for continuation of his 50-year history of the militarized police state and civil asset forfeiture and a completely out of control, increasingly unaccountable police state. Again, when he's not, you took my line, when he's not busy sniffing children, and his newly minted running mate, who, again, you took my line, locked up more black people than almost any other person living right now.
Yeah, she sure did.
And then the next choice that you have is Joe Jorgensen, who is going to end the war on guns, and who's also going to end the war on drugs, and end qualified immunity, and end civil asset forfeiture, and end no-knock raids, and end cash bail, and end mandatory minimum sentencing, and dismantle the policies of systemic racism that have led to the harmful and inequitable and abusive outcomes that we often see. And that starts with allowing you to defend yourself by ending the war on guns. So I hope everyone here recognizes that they only have one viable choice when it comes to demonstrating, truly demonstrating that Black Lives Matter, and that is Joe Jorgensen. And I appreciate your time. Thank you. Republicans and Democrats have so little between them, so little difference between them, that they have to create theater, and they have to keep everyone nice and separated and fighting each other so that we don't take a step back and say, wait a second, they're all working together. They're all in on it. They're all getting us to fight each other, but then they're having cocktails together and working on the next, round of omnibus laws and legislation and regulations that they're going to pass. They're in on it. The Republican Party is one and the same and in on it together. And so they have to create that division. Something like this completely destroys their narrative, because they want to be able to ask someone, are you someone who supports gun rights, or are you someone who supports Black Lives Matter? They want to be able to create this divide and put everyone on this side, put one group on this side and one group on this side, and have everyone fighting in order, because it's divide and conquer. If we can all be fighting against it, if you and I are fighting each other, then we can't step back and say, oh, they all suck. We're sitting here fighting each other, and not only that, but then what happens is their threat that if you don't vote Joe Biden, if you don't vote for me, you're going to get Donald Trump.
You don't vote for me, you ain't black.
You ain't black.
You ain't black.
That's where he lost me, period.
Yeah.
Donald Trump says,
I like
if you don't vote for me, you get Donald Trump. What they're saying is, if you don't vote for me, you're going to get this other guy that I work with every day to screw you over and infringe upon you and oppress you and take more of your power and your wealth and your freedoms from you every single day. But that narrative falls apart the second that we aren't fighting each other, and that we're looking at the fact that they're all working together, and that we don't care which one of them wins. We don't want either one of them to win. That's when that ends, and that's why they not only ignore it, but do everything they can to foster a divide between us.
A lot of people give their votes to the Democratic Party, or a lot of people give their votes to the Republican Party, and I'm not here for a party thing. I'm just saying we continue to vote for a system that continues to oppress us. I'm 100% against that. I'm what's called a Boogaloo Boy. There's a lot of false narratives out there, but basically I believe in freedom. I believe in total freedom. I believe in we the people having the power that we were supposed to have to start with. We continue to spit shine the boots that tread on each and every one of you and myself. I came out here on July 4th to do one thing and one thing only, and that was unite people that were not supposed to be united. I came out here to destroy the mainstream media narrative and say, as a people, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, or political identity, we could all come together and support the Second Amendment. And we did that, and the media hated it.
Thanks.
They didn't know how to depict it. They didn't know how to depict when me and Pop stood here and held hands and raised them in the air because they hadn't seen it before. They wanted to say, oh, look, it's an armed white guy. He's far right. Oh, look, it's an armed black guy. He's a militant. No, we're freaking Americans. You need to exercise your right to carry every day. Because if you don't exercise your right, that right's going to be taken.
Fox News, they more so represent the Republicans, so they're going to put everything in the Republican positive light. CNN, they more so stand for Democrats, so they're going to put everything in that light. There is no party standing for the Libertarians, at least trying to give them a voice, even though they're out here putting in work as well, and they have policies, and they're fighting to make sure things happen too. Let's end all the party lines. Because to me, when I think party, I think of a good time. I don't know about y'all, but what is there to celebrate when lives are being taken? What is there to celebrate when we don't have equality? What is there to celebrate when people are dying daily for all these different things? There's nothing to celebrate. This ain't no damn party. These are lives at stake.
We need to know and let them know how we feel about protecting our own and protecting our property. Our veterans, right? I see some veterans out here, right? Yeah, we all got to start sticking together. You know, I tell everybody, you know, we're not a hate group. We don't hate nobody. We hate oppression. We hate injustice, inequality. Those are the things we hate. And those are the things we're going to continue to fight against. And that's why I come out here with Black Lives 757, Black Lives Matter 757, you know, because they do a lot of good work. And they're out here. We have a lot of activists that, you know, you might see every month, every time something real big happens, every time a camera comes out, right? We're done with that. Stop following them. Don't support nobody that's not going to be consistently out here for the people. Because if they're not consistently out here for the people, they're not out here for you. They're out here for the cameras. All right? We don't do that. We're always in the community. Always, always, always. You'll always see us. So I'm not going to be long-winded. I just want to let y'all know that's why we're here, and we're going to continue to be here, and we're going to continue to do this good work. All power to the people. All power to the people. Come on now, say it louder. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Power to the people.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Black power.
Black power.